Hey, what's up guys? The Evolve ZAP just shocked its way into Clash Royale. After 2 cycles, the third ZAP is evolved. It has the exact same stats, but it shocks 3 times. And with each shock, the ZAP area grows. So basically for 2 elixir, you get a poison that shocks and resets opponents. It's able to electrocute and fully finish off cards like Magic Archer. So naturally, if you want to use Evolve ZAP to its full capability, you want to play it in place of poison with Miner. This former Miner Poison Mortar deck got a massive upgrade. Because of its cheap card cycle, you're able to spam mortars and zaps like crazy. And when you get to the ZAP evolution, you're able to viciously snipe cards that your opponent wouldn't expect. And reset your opponent's attacks to the Knight and Miner so your evolved mortar, Little Prince, and Goblins can stay alive longer. It's time to evolve our ZAP to supremely shock opponents and assert dominance. And lots of electric love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. If you only have one evolution, this deck works well with Evolve Mortar and Evolve ZAP. Hey, what's up, Daniel? So he's dancing with a goblin in the banner. He's a part of the Resurrection clan, but I gotta break it to him. He's not gonna be able to resurrect that chance of bringing back the Fire Spirit. It gets incinerated by the Cannoneer. If you're playing this deck at the highest level, Cannoneer is slightly better. The Fire Spirit connects to the Elixir Collector. Because the Knight was dropped slightly too close to catch the Miner, well, it got caught in the crossfire and the Elixir Collector took damage. That is some of the most valuable 1 elixir I've ever spent in my life with the Fire Spirit. So I'm going to go in for a Mortar in left-hand side, and as I said before, if you can run Cannoneer, it is slightly better with this deck just because the Cannoneer is enabling you to beat beatdown decks, and you have the adaptability with a quick card cycle so you can destroy Graveyard or you can destroy bait cards that might be coming your way since you have Log and Zap and Fire Spirit. So it's nice to have the Cannoneer to just guide the weakness of the deck. If you're playing into a Giant or a Golem or Electro Giant, it's going to get incinerated by the Cannoneer. So if you can level it up, definitely play this with Cannoneer, but you can also play it with regular Princess Tower, and it still works fine as well. Looking for a Miner on the other side. I could have dropped it on the same side as the Fire Spirit. I think that that would have been the best play possible, but as you guys are noticing, anytime that our opponent drops a card near the Elixir Collector, we're going to zap or log that card and also hit the Elixir Collector too. And we're going to unleash our Mortar as much as possible. Just because if you're able to go in for more mortars, you're able to get to the evolution. Same thing with the zap. You guys already know that is what we're going to be trying to do. That is the method behind the madness of this deck. You cycle as many zaps and mortars as possible, and you pop off with pause elixir trades. So we're able to fully finish off the archers and the evolved knight there. Sure, you can go in for another elixir collector, but you gotta have to deal with everything else. And since he doesn't have a great answer to the Little Prince, he's going to have to go for a Fire Spirit and an Ice Spirit and overspend Elixir that he wouldn't necessarily want to be dropping, since now he has to go and catch the Goblins, and he also ends up having to catch the Miner. So he spends a lot of Elixir there. Goblins log, and the Elixir Collector still takes damage. And now with no login cycle, you already know we're going to be going through with our Mortar evolution. I don't know if he's going to be able to adequately defend this. Wait, if we go for an Evolved Zap on the Elixir Collector and the... Oh my gosh. The Elixir Collector is just basically dead. It feels like a poison for 2 elixir. That's insane. I didn't think that would be a remote possibility. All right, say less. He's having Expo, so it's the Battle of the Siege. I see you. All right, so we're going to let our Mortar get locked onto. That's totally fine. Then we can go for a Little Prince off to the side. And there's definitely a downside of this deck playing into a Expo deck, because you're not necessarily going to have a big spell to finish it off besides the Zap. So you're going to have to use the Evolved Zap to the most of your capabilities if you want to pop off. We go for a Zap here so the Little Prince doesn't die. We're going to pre-log on top of Goblins that he has to drop. We don't hit the Goblins. He drops them off to the side, unfortunately. So very well played on our opponent's end. We go for a Mortar. It should be able to splash onto the Archers, and the Fire Spirit is going to die, so that's fine. I can go for our Knight afterward, guarantee that the Archers fall. The Evolved Knight is a bit of a nuisance, but it's not that bad. So our strategy right now is just going to be cycling Zaps. Going for Goblins, since he is going to go for a log, that's fine. I mean, Little Prince on top of this, it will hit the Archers. If our opponent decides going for another Expo, it's going to get slaughtered by this Little Prince. And then I think with the Knight, we're in a phenomenal spot. I mean, I can Evo Zap if I want to, and I think that's going to be our best bet, just to guarantee that the Expo is dead. And he's spending so much Elixir. Look at the Fire Spirit. It got clipped too. How is he going to defend this? What is he going to do? Like, actually, what do? You probably go Ice Spirit or Goblins. Let's pre-log them. Yo, we hit the Goblins? That might hit the tower. If that hits the tower, oh my gosh. There's no way that we just outplayed him like that. Then the Fire Spirits are going to allow us to be able to kill the Archers. Then we can keep the Mortar locked on the tower. Then we can go for a Miner on the Fire Spirit. This is insane. The Evolved Mortar is doing this guy dirty. That was one of the biggest outplays I've ever done with Evolved Mortar. Being able to finish off the Goblins with a pre-log prediction was so clean. And now I'm able to be real mean with a log and just gallantly spam all of my Elixir until he loses the game. He's shrieking in fear and absolute misery. As you guys know, he has to go in for an expo, and it's not going to work out so well because the Ice Spirit gets one-tapped. Then he goes in for a Fire Spirit, and then it gets one-tapped. And then he goes in for Evolved Archers, trying to make a prediction on our Knight. And it doesn't even matter. As you can see, we're able to just continuously spam stuff, and the Evolved Zap is going to come up clutch again, allowing us to do damage to the expo, making us unable to just go in for more logs and zaps to finish off the tower. This is infinitely better than going in for minor poison, because you're able to cycle more minors since the zap is cheaper, and the zap does almost as much damage as a poison when it's evolved, plus you end up getting the reset because it stuns the opponent 3 times. The added out playability with this super fast cycle evolved zap deck with Mortar has made Mortar cycle so much more fun for me. And after exterminating Expo, we've pushed up to 3,700 in the world. All right, we are on a roll, and we're rolling into the next match against a 735 player in the world. So you already know we're ready to cycle our zap first play. Usually I don't do this. Most of the time I cycle miners on the tower or knights in the back because it's typically evolved. But it just changes the way that you play Clash Royale. It allows you to be dumb and dumbfound your opponent as you cycle zaps now. Also, I meant to switch the Cannoneer to a Princess Tower, but hey, it happens. I'll switch to the Princess Tower after this game. Princess Tower is definitely a bit worse, but you guys know the deal. The Cannoneer is a little bit pay to win since not everyone has it unlocked fully. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Heal Spirit. This has got to be a 3 Musketeer deck. How are we matching into multiple people with Elixir Collector? It's so weird. Oh, get away from my precious little prince, bruh. Don't do that to me right now. So if you guys know anything about this type of deck, you don't go in for little princes plus the ability very often. It's bad to do that unless you have the evolved Mortar and you can tank for the goblins. Generally, you're going to be trying to cycle your evolutions, and if you cycle a little prince ability, it impairs your card cycle, and it makes your cycle significantly worse. So if we're playing against a top 700 player in the world, I can't afford to make bad plays, so I'm just going to try to badger him with our aggressive Siege versions. So we're going to spam our version of Siege as much as we possibly can, and if you want to do that, that's fine. I believe that we 2-tap Musketeers with the Cannoneer, so I'm just going to log there, and then we can go Goblins, we can zap. I think I'm totally fine. We should be able to clean up most of this. Oh my gosh. He heal spirited plus Musketeer push with Rage. He dropped everything he owned. I don't think he's going to own his tower, though. We're going to own you, man. Get out of here. Again, getting blasted. This is hilarious because I'm pretty sure that I can log, and then I can go in for a miner and kill the archers. If we can get one shot, one more shovel slap would have given us a clean defense, but it is what it is. I might be able to go for the Evolved Zap if he decides to dedicate more Elixir here. But if he doesn't, I'm totally fine just going for a Fire Spirit, pulling everything back, then going in for a Knight, and then Evolve Zapping on top of the Heal Spirit because I think it dies. I'm not unlucky. Oh, I guess I'm a little bit unlucky. Wait. Yo. Chill with the E-Barbs at the river, my guy. Don't do that to me. All right. I think if I'm able to defend one more 3 Musketeer push, I guarantee the victory. Oh, my man has Monk. Yo, get away from me with that. We got to go and pull back his units so we can never get the Monk ability on our tower. Notice how our Cannoneer isn't targeting the Monk, so he's not able to get the Cannoneer reflecting back at itself. I think he would have done way more damage since the Cannoneer tower does more damage to the Monk than the Princess tower. So that was really good on our end, making sure that the Monk was on the precipice of something nice, but it kind of missed out on the absolute value that he wanted. He's going to go for a Heal Spirit, but it doesn't even matter. We're able to just keep him in purgatory on his side of the map while we secure a perfect defense. GG, well played, and peace out. Pleasure asserting dominance over a top 700 player. And after collecting a win against another Elixir Collector spammer, we've pushed up to 3,100 in the world. Hey! No rest for the wicked. This guy finished 800 in the world. So, you know, we're playing against top ladder players all day after the first game, it seems. I'm going to go for a Mortar. I forgot again! Maybe I'm going to be playing with Cannoneer all day today. I feel sincerely stupid. I meant to use the Princess Tower. I swear I'll remember in the next match. Y'all can bet on that. Y'all can pause the video and bet and see if I'll actually do it or not. All right, so we got the Knight down. I guess I could bet on the Knight defending. So we're chilling. We're vibing. Definitely not the spot where we want to be in, though. Archer Queen is one of the best defensive cards in the game for the Mortar in the entire, I don't know, ability for him. Like, there's not much else that would scare me. Oh, if you didn't know, Evolve Zap is able to fully counter a Ram Rider. So the Ram Rider does not get damage on the tower. I really want to show that interaction right now. It would make me hilariously happy. So I'm going to Fire Spirit here with the Miner and try to go and tank for the tower. He's going to zap, so that was smart on his end. I could log for some extra damage and also to get the skeletons out of the way so the Mortar then immediately applies pressure and forces out a response. Yeah, let's do it. And then we'll Mortar here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I know I can defend against the knight pretty effectively against the archer queen. And then I'm pretty sure that he loses the archer queen if he just messes up a little bit. And we can activate king tower with goblins and a fire spirit. That's my strategy here. Hopefully this works out as planned. Hopefully I'm not a failure. All right, cool. We activated king tower against the mega knight, and I might be able to defend against the archer queen. And I got log afterwards, so we're kind of chilling. If you guys have good mechanics, you could pull off those type of plays and not lose the game. So goblins plus fire spirit is the main mechanism of activating king towers against mega knight. I feel like we're on fire today. All of our mechanical plays and predictions have been working out fantastically. So obviously, we want to keep that up. We're currently up against a top 800 player in the world, and he's getting decimated by our mortar. So he's going to go for another mega knight. He's going to have archer queen soon, which is just horrible for us to play into, but it is what it is. Also, the cannoneer is able to one-shot the bats. So that's a huge benefit for us. We do have the evolved zap, so I'm really hoping he ram riders on the right-hand side because it would be so funny. That's all I want to do is evolve zap on the ram rider to show everyone the beautiful interaction. All right, we're going to log him. We're going to keep our little prince alive for the memes. We're not going to pop the ability because it's not worth it. And then I think it's going to be better for us to go in for... Ooh, yes, we get to do it. We get to do it live. So watch the ram rider get fully destroyed. It's actually not going to get any damage. 0 damage into an evolved zap. That's a 5 elixir card. That's so dumb. Maybe Clash Royale should fix that. Maybe not. I don't know. That's so funny, though. I vibe with that heavily. As this guy has a heavy heart as we tear him apart, you know? You feel me? It's going great. All right, I'm going to go goblins here. And then I think we're fine on defense if we log. I don't even know if we need to, though. Yeah, we're going to log just to guarantee that the archer queen doesn't melt me. We're going to go for a knight on the other side. Definitely want to go in for an evolved mortar here. Zapperino on everything else. Fire spirit needs to clutch up. Oh, this is really scary. This is actually super, super, super duper scary. I don't love this. This is actually looking really hairy. I don't love this at all. Wait, chill. Wait, how do we do so much damage on the right-hand side? You just ignore everything? I don't even know what happened. That was ridiculous. Top 800 player went all in for the win, and we walked away with the W. We chomped on all of his chips like a supreme shark, and his tower was pretty tasty. And after winning the 3rd game in a row, we pushed up to 2,600 in the world. And I swear, guys, I'm not stupid. I'm finally going to swap out the cannoneer for the princess tower. Here we go. Let's keep up the win streak and continue the climb. Yo, we got a game against another top 700 player. Let's go, man. So 796 in the world. Actually, not top 700, top 800. But, you know, he's still got the 7 in front of it. A spectacular 7 player emerges again. The luck that we have is ridiculous. So I'm going to go in for a goblin surround on top of the Dark Prince. And unfortunately, we don't have the cannoneer to help out here. So we have to go and use a perfect goblin surround, which doesn't really take that much skill. Everyone can do that if you practice it. And you can do it against charging Dark Princes too, which is a cool mechanism that a lot of people don't know about. So we're going to go in for our mortar here, and we're going to get ready with our zap. I actually was considering zapping on top of the goblin barrel, even though it doesn't fully counter the goblin barrel like the log does. But the zap, it enables me to cycle to the evolve zap. So I was literally thinking of taking damage and doing a worse play overall just to spam more evolutions. That's when you know evolutions are overpowered, when you literally drop them at the cost of taking tower damage in a situation where you would take nothing. Oh man, the fact that that thought even emerged in my brain is causing me some pain. So I'm okay here. I'm fine, obviously. Maybe a little bit mentally unstable, but in the game, we're doing great. I'm going to go in for Goblin Surround and show you guys what's good. That Dark Prince is not able to hit all of them. It only hits one at a time, and that's really fine for me. As soon as I said that, it had clobbered the last 2 goblins, but the initial 2 were really in a great spot. All right, we're going to go for the Evolved Mortar, and then we're going to go for Little Prince depending on what he does. I don't want to give him rocket value, so that's one of the reasons why I'm not cycling too much there. All right, screw it. We're going to Little Prince. We're going to pop the ability. We should be able to kill yours. You're going to drop your ability as well. It's a massive ability mayhem festival here. I think we're winning that interaction hardcore. Oh, wait, this log is going to be beautiful. He's going to lose everything, and then the mortar is going to go and get tanked for by the miner. The goblin is locking onto the tower. Yo, this is what your goblin barrel has been trying to achieve this entire game. How does that make you feel? I do it with 1 goblin, and I get like, I don't know. I don't think you're going to get any near that amount of damage for the rest of the game. I bet you he doesn't get anywhere near that for the entire rest of the game. Actually, we can go for a fire spirit like this, and the fire spirit gets pushed, and it jumps onto all the goblin barrel. So he got like 1 shot from the goblins, but that's it. And then the fire spirit was pushed so then we could save the log for offense when he goes rascals again. If he doesn't go Rascals, we could go in for a Zapperino. Pop through and then go Goblins. And then I'm pretty sure he loses the Little Prince and is forced to eventually go Rascals. We know he's a mischievous man with the Rascals, but he's not doing it. Oh, he loses that to Fire Spirit now. That's insane. Or the Mortar Shot. One more. For the one time. Yes, sir. Let's go. The Evolved Knight is going to be a perpetual problem, but if we just Fire Spirit trick like this, we're going to do it again. The Fire Spirit gets pushed, and we push the Evolved Knight out of the way with Goblins, hopefully. We can eat a lot of damage from that Dark Prince. It doesn't even matter to me. We can go in for another Miner. We can go for Miner plus Zap. The Mortar is going to give us some significant value. If that Mortar locks Tower, we win the game, by the way. So, kind of hoping for that to happen. Let's go and pop the ability here. Usually I don't do this, but in the face of a Little Prince, he's not going to be able to fully counter that. The Mortar is going to still give him perpetual problems. And if he loses the Dark Prince here, he loses the game. And he'll probably lose his mind too, because this is a really bad way to lose. So I'm able to go in for another Miner here. He's going to go in for Evolved Archers. Not that big of a problem for us because the Mortar is able to one-shot all of those. Then we can go Goblins directly on top of the Archers. And if you guys know how it works, the Evolved Archers are... Wait, the Evolved Zap's just going to win this game. Oh my gosh. And it's still going! He lost it on the first Zap. How much damage does that thing do to towers? At max ladder, the Evolved Zap does 84 damage to towers. And since it zaps 3 times, that's a total of 252 damage to towers. And in my opinion, that's rather ridiculous since it does more damage to towers than Earthquake cycling. And Earthquake is supposed to be super effective against buildings. It's safe to say Evolved Zap is shocking me with how broken it is. All right, hopefully we can end with one more win. We're playing against someone that is from the Undiscovered clan. Maybe he doesn't know how good Evolved Zap is just yet. So we're gonna hit him up with the Mortar as fast as possible, and unfortunately, we are throwing it back to potentially Expo Zone. We played against it at the start. We discovered how annoying it could be, but the Evo Mortar blasted the man down. Actually, he's not right when we thought at all. Little Prince, please. Thank you. If you get a skeleton shot on top of a wall breaker, your Princess Tower will finish off the wall breaker, and the wall breaker will not connect to your tower. That's all you need. Oh, sir, don't do that to me. Gonna give us the wow when he gets the King Tower activation. So he's a spicy, sinister sir with a little bit of BM there. All right, I see you, man. I see you. Let's go in for the night. Make the prediction on the Tesla. Hey, that's what we like to see, baby. All right, let's go Little Prince in the middle because it is able to capture both the wall breakers here really quickly. And yeps, even though it got nerfed, it's still good enough to do that. We're gonna go in for a Miner here, and hopefully we can kill everything. Very cool. We can pop the ability if we want to, and I don't think this is smart. I did do it. Do I get refunded my elixir? All right, cool. Parental control saved us from our own stupidity because the game didn't want me to drop the Little Prince ability. I wasn't able to, fortunately. All right, let's go in for another night just to keep making predictions. So then he's forced to drop more elixir. You can't go in for a Tesla when we do that. I know you're trying your hardest, my guy, but you are trying, and it's not going in the right direction. So, I think we can pop through with the ability as soon as we're able to. That would be awesome. Dang it, man. I can never get the ability of the Little Prince when I want it. And he's laughing at me. I think he's laughing at me. I don't know. Maybe he's laughing at himself. Who knows? He is getting snowballed out of this game, but I don't even have a snowball. It is interesting. So, I want to go in for a Miner plus Goblins here. And then I also want to go for a Fire Spirit and release the Mortar. Oh, I actually misclicked the Mortar. Please, don't identify that I misclicked it. He doesn't know! Oh, that must mentally mess with him so hard. That Mortar doesn't even shoot the tower. That's awesome. That is the next level mind game. Mess up when your opponent's tilted to mess them up even more. It's incredible. Oh, wait, this is not good. Can we kill the Firecracker? Dude, that was actually basically Expo. It wasn't Expo, but it was. You guys feel me? He went in for a Firecracker, and it started hitting my tower from the freaking other side of the map. It is so disgusting. Anyway, we're going to try to go and cycle some Evolved Zaps on this man because he deserves it. Not because I want to. It is a necessity. It is a responsibility to beat this man down with the Evolved Zap. So we're going to go for Goblins here, and I think we're fine. We are definitely hard chilling. If we can finish off his Goblins with our Goblins, we're mobbing with the Goblin, and we've got 3 Knights on the field if we can click the ability. I never can click the ability. That is the 3rd time, man.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
What is wrong with this game? It's not allowing me to do such a thing. All right, can we cycle the Zap? I still haven't done that. All right, please, for the one time. All right, cool. We cycled 1 Zap. That is awesome. I've cycled 3 Mortars, I'm pretty sure, or at least 2 of them. That's going to lock tower, right? Oh, almost. Very close. We drop our Miner in an unconventional spot, and he wasn't ready. His body wasn't prepared. So I think we have to go in for a zap and a log to kill his firecracker that will be dropped out of the river. There's no doubt he's going to do it. Yup. How did I know? It's almost like your strategy is really repetitive, my guy. It is extremely obnoxious. Stop it. Calm down. Oh my goodness, chill. Wait, we got the evolve zap to finish him off. He isn't ready. It's so fitting to end the day with an evolve zap. Seriously, Minor Poison is no more. Evolve Zap is the card that I adore. Zap the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.